Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rocha, Chodash, Ma'amath. I want to give a double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, as well as a double honors to my elder apostle, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today I'll be coming out with a little quick lesson. I'm here at the job, but yesterday, I was reading and these scriptures was coming to my, to my la'ab through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, because I was a little bit bothered and aggravated yesterday as well. Of course, you know how jobs are. But without further ado, I'm going to read these here scriptures right here through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I hope that the body is edified. I'm going to start out with Proverbs chapter 17, verse 14. It says, the beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with. So the beginning of strife is like letting out a whole bunch of water at one time. The beginning of strife, misunderstandings, or misinterpretation. Somebody may be saying something one way, and we may misinterpret it another way. So we must leave off from contention, meaning we must leave off from anything or any possible thing that could cause a problem. Leave off from it before it be melded with, before you get caught up in it. But let's continue. Verse 20, Sirach 28, verse 11. It says, a hasty contention, Salakia, kindleth the fire, and in a hasty fighting sheddeth blood. So a hasty contention kindleth the fire. When you so quick to pop off or get angry or get mad at something, that could kindle a fire, that could cause a problem. It could cause underlying problems. And it says, and hasty fighting sheddeth blood. So if you quick to fight or quick to go to arms or go to blows, guess what? That sheddeth blood, meaning somebody could get hurt or possibly even finish with all they living. But let's continue. Sirach chapter 7, verse 9. It says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So we shouldn't be hasty in our spirit to be angry. I know, of course, some things they aggravate us and they get on our nerves. And I'm just speaking, and this was from yesterday, speaking for myself. How things were going. It was it was tinge in the air. You could tell it was aggression and aggravating. Everybody was kind of frustrated or whatever. But on break, I read these scriptures to calm myself down. So we shouldn't be hasty in our spirit to be angry, because only anger rests in the bosom of a foolish person, somebody that can't articulate or can't deal with whatever it is that they're dealing with. Well, guess what? They move off of anger. Well, most foolish men move out of anger first before they think, or a foolish person or persons. Let's continue. Let's go to Sirach 8 and 3. It says, strive not with the man that is full of tongue, and heap not wood upon his fire. So you don't even strive with a man that's always talking, tat 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 talking. You don't strive with that man. You don't go against that man. You don't because all he is, he's just gonna talk and talk and talk and provoke you and provoke you and provoke you. At some point, if you're not leaving off from that contention, he could cause you to, I ain't gonna say act out of character, but he could cause you to employ a different aspect of your personality that is no longer in the forefront, or could cause you to move out of anger. And it says, and heap not wood upon his fire, meaning don't like if you find him talking crazy or something, you walk off or you ignore it. You leave off from that contention, as it said in earlier up Proverbs 17 and verse 14. But let's continue. Verse 30, Shalakia. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 30. It says, strive not with the man without cause, if he has done thee no harm. So don't strive against anybody if they've done you no harm. Sometimes people say stuff, but if you think about it, if it really hasn't harmed you, don't strive against that man unless that person or man or woman has caused you any harm. So basically, don't get into it with nobody for no reason. And if you can control it, and be like, and just brush it off, push it to the side. Though you may still be slightly annoyed and or aggravated by it, try your best to let it go. Last point, verse chapter 14, verse 7 of Proverbs. It says, he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, And a man of wicked devices is hated. So if you're soon angry, you're gonna deal foolishly. You may jump the gun. You may do something wrong. You may cause harm to not only another person but also yourself. See, a lot of the times we get angry, we get mad, and a lot of times us as people, we don't think that we can harm ourselves because in anger or in frustration, you think you harming somebody else, but you can actually harm yourself as well. you know. And again, a man of wicked devices is hated. And we know who was of the wicked devices and we know who hated. Esau hated because he's a man of wicked devices. But yeah, just some scriptures. And I would have did this yesterday, but I had a real bad headache because I don't know why, but whatever. But I'm doing it today. So yeah, these were just some scriptures on controlling yourself and not letting frustration rule you. You're not wrong to be frustrated with things, but don't let it rule you and drive your behavior. And with that, shalom.